There's something about a football camp experience that I'll never forget, that I'll take with me onward. It was the summer of my sophomore year, and we were in football camp. And I was scheduled to start at safety. And I remember we were in the 2 week summer like hell camp. It was tough, it was fun, it was sweaty, it was tiring, it was exhausting on our bodies. But I remember, as a freshman in college, I played in one game, but I didn't start. So the starting safety, free safety, was a senior and he left. So the next year they touted me. So I get to camp and everything, and I remember us going through the drills and everything. One of my friends was a freshman on the football team, and I remember this. I remember him saying when we were going through the drills and wondering who's going to be first string, who's going to be second string, who's going to get that playing time. And I remember Cedric saying, "Yeah, I told coach I ain't no bench sitter. I ain't no bench sitter." And it sort of like weighed with me. I was like, "Wow," he's just like, "I ain't no bench sitter." Now here I am. The last time I started a football game was in the eighth grade. Ninth grade through 12th grade, I sat the bench in high school. And I'm one of those guys that loved football growing up. But I don't know what it was. I think that I lost my confidence after the eighth grade when I went to freshman ball. And it was a new school, and it was a neighborhood school that wasn't a school that I was going to go. It was a Catholic school. And all my friends went to the public school. And my mom wanted me to go to this Catholic high school. So that freshman year, I went out for the football team, and many of the guys were bigger than I was. I was a split end defensive back, but these guys were still tougher and stronger. I mean, I held my own. I remember during practice, hitting and everything, but I wasn't developed in my body yet. I was 14 and skinny, and I grew up slim and skinny, but loving the game. I was tough when I was in the seventh grade. I played defensive end and split end, and I was a monster at defensive end. Skinny, but I was tackling left and right. I made best defensive lineman for my team, my Pop Warner football team. But ninth grade, man, I sat the bench. 10th grade, I transferred to the public school that all my friends went to, everybody in the neighborhood went to. So I go back to the public school, sat the bench. 11th grade, sat the bench. 12th grade, I'm a senior, and I'm still second string. How is this? I think I reached maybe 6 feet by the 12th grade, but I was still slim. So I'm like, oh, wow, all right. And not too many people love the game more than me. So I go and walk on at a Division III college, Adrian College in Michigan. Best decision I ever made. I go to Adrian College, 3.5 hours away from me in my hometown in Youngstown, Ohio. And if you know anything about Northeast Ohio, we have a lot of good athletes, and football is big. So I go to Adrian College, and freshman year, I'm playing cornerback. And I'm second string or third string. So it's a couple of guys ahead of me, upperclassmen. But after that year, and we did the spring workouts, I was touted to start at safety. Now, I have to tell the story this. I never played safety, and I was built for safety and didn't even realize it. In high school, I should have been a safety, you know, tall, rangy, not a cornerback. So safety was my true position. But still, I had to learn it. I still had to learn to play free safety. So, summertime, we're going through camp. And I remember when Cedric said, he's a freshman now. He just came in. I already have 1 year under the belt, sitting the bench. And Cedric said, man, I ain't no bench sitter. So he came from high school, and I guess he was a starter. He was that. Next thing you know, Cedric does start at cornerback on our team. I am given the free safety position. I end up that season starting and playing mostly the nickelback position because I was still learning it, and I didn't claim the position as mine. So it was stolen by another freshman, and I became what you call the nickelback. I would come in on third down a lot during the passing situations. So for 3 years, I uh, I lettered, but I didn't really hit it big like I should have in my mind later on. So check this out. So fast forward now, I graduate and everything. We win the championship my sophomore year. That year that I should have been the starting free safety, but I wasn't. I was the nickelback. We won the championship. We went undefeated. And I remember being really, man, I was resentful to the guy who got the position. I didn't like him. We're great friends now, but I didn't like him because he had the starting position. He was a year under me. So, age 24, I moved to New England and I take a radio gig there. And I found out there's a semi pro team there. A buddy of mine told me about it. He was playing there. We worked at the same radio station. And I was like, whoa, let me go out. I went out the first year, I'll never forget. And I didn't even know that they had it all league. I made all league as a safety, second team. I was like, whoa, okay, y'all get all league. The next year, I'm like, okay. I made it first team. The year after that, first team. I'm a free safety. I'm in my mid 20s and I'm playing this game and I'm intercepting the ball and I'm looking good. I didn't reach my potential that I really wish that I would have when I was in high school or college. I didn't have that attitude like, hey, this is mine, until I went to semi-pro and said, listen, man, because when I went out, I'm like, hey, that was the safety position, that's mine. It just felt it. I had the confidence. College was done. I was about 24. College was done. But in my mind, I'm like, man, that position is mine. And I remember guys jockeying, trying to get positions, guys who were there before, playing before I got there. And I just like took it. And I wished I had that sort of that mentality that Cedric, my friend and high school, college teammate, he had as a freshman. But see, I didn't have that until later. And then after that, I'm like, man, I mean, even now, I'm over 50, I'm over 60, I'm in my early 60s, and I have a body that I have cultivated and sculpted of about, throughout the years. And I feel like, man, I could get out there now. I know I can, of course. But in my mind, I'm like, man, with my mindset, it's all about the mindset. If I had the mindset that I have now, then, and the body that I've cultivated, put it in there back then, although I was working out hard, I would have been a dynamo. That mindset would have been everything. That's what I needed. But I didn't realize it. So I guess I had to learn it along the way. Then I got into coaching, Pop Warner and flag football. And I remember teaching young kids how to play safety, free safety, how to, get back and forth and cut in and intercept the pass. I taught that position very well. I coached it well. I grew into it. But as I remember back in the day, like when I was in college, my coach was like, they put me there, but he never really set me aside and says, Teddy, okay, this is how I want you to play this position. He just expected me to play, which is fine. But I was never put into that position where, let's go over this position and let's go over the skills, you dig? And if I would have, maybe I would have grasped it. But I think that mentality that Cedric had, because he had it, he was like, man, I ain't no bench sitter. I ain't no bench sitter. I took that with me the rest of not my sports career, life. I said, whatever I do, just remind yourself you don't sit on the bench. You first string of what you want to do. You know. So the different things that I wanted to attack in business and things later on, I kept reminding myself, bench sitter, you're all city, you're all state. And those are the things that I was like, man, if I was able to get in a time machine and go back with my mentality, I'm going to be all city, free safety. I'm going to be all state, just because I love the game and I want to be the best that I can. So, what I really want to say is, make sure you're not a bench sitter. Make your decision on whatever you're going to do in life and just go for it. And know that you have within you to do whatever you want to do, whatever position it may be, whether it's sports, a new job, a new vocation, a new career, some entrepreneurial uh, idea that you have in your head. Put it in your mind that you have it, you have what it takes, and you keep on pressing on. Keep on pressing on. That's what I've learned with it, to keep on pressing on and to know that I'm the best that I can be, or I'm striving to be the best that I can be. I will not settle for less than being the best that I can be. And I won't play second fiddle to someone else. If I'm going for something and I desire it, then I'm going to go for it. So that's what I'm talking about. Enjoy that. Live your best life. Keep on keeping on and believe in yourself. You deserve it. You deserve it. All right. Peace and love.